You ever notice how everybody's vulnerable now? We got a list, a very official list. Children, sure. Prisoners, okay. People with cognitive impairments, absolutely. Then the list keeps growing. At some point, I started wondering who's left? Because if everybody is vulnerable, then nobody's vulnerable. That's just called being human. The researchers say we're concerned about undue influence. Undue influence? Have you met life? The bank influences you. The government influences you. The algorithm influences you. The grocery store influences you. The family influences you. You go to a website and leave, and a pixel follows you, showing you the same item you said no to, but at a cheaper price. So you say yes. You grab the last coins to get on the bus or train, and you see ads on how to, but some more useless stuff with money you don't have yet. Half the country can't decide what movie to watch without checking reviews written by a guy named I Watch Movies For You, who at the end says, like, subscribe, hype, and share his review, not knowing if you even liked his review. Then I started thinking about married men. Now, before anybody gets upset and says this is toxic, this is a joke. And comment, like, and subscribe. I'm joking, kinda. It helps with the algorithm and hype the video too. Seriously, researchers say a vulnerable population is a group that may have trouble saying no. Really? Have you ever watched a married guy answer the question, do you want to go on a double date with my friend and her husband you don't know tonight? That's not a yes or no question. That's a hostage negotiation. The researcher says we're worried about coercion. The married guy says, define coercion. The researcher says we're worried about power imbalances. The married guy says, who gets control of the thermostat in your house? You see, this is where the academics get nervous because the official definition of vulnerability is very technical. But regular people hear these definitions and start comparing notes. The professor says a vulnerable person may fear consequences for refusing. Every employee in America says, go on. The professor says a vulnerable person may be influenced by authority. Every teenager says, go on. The professor says a vulnerable person may feel pressure from people who control resources. Every married person suddenly becomes very interested in the lecture. The funny thing is, the real lesson isn't that married men are vulnerable. It's that human beings are complicated. The categories are useful for research. Life is messier. A billionaire can be manipulated. A prisoner can be wise. A professor can be clueless. A teenager can be right. And every husband in the room knows one universal truth. You may be the head of the household, but the neck turns the head. That's not vulnerability. That's organizational structure.
Hi everyone. Have you ever been curious about visiting Africa? Which African country were you interested in? Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, Ethiopia? Which country are you interested in? My good friend, Kellen, Kash, COLEMAN, came up with a course called My First Trip to Africa that'll guide you through this process. It's only $20, and in this course you'll learn about passports, visas, vaccinations that you need before you go there, as well as a budget, how much the trip is going to cost. He also talks about what you should pack, what you should take with you, how you should travel on a budget. Did you know that $100 is worth 1,000 South African rand and over 10,000 Kenyan shillings? So imagine what you can do with $100 back home. I say back home because I'm from Sudan, I'm African, I already know how it's like. I know that, when you convert Canadian and American money, it goes a long way when you're traveling across Africa. So if you're curious, if Africa is a place that you've always wanted to go, always wanted to move there, Kellen Kash is the person to ask. Check out the course. There's a little preview you can listen to before you actually purchase it. If you're interested in this course, visit www.diversifiedgame.com. Don't miss out.